Time for the main event!
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. So we got patch 1.06 that dropped today, and we also got an announcement for the next patch, which tells me 2K and WWE are in panic mode over this game and the negativity cloud that has appeared over it. If you look across the internet, if you look across YouTube, if you look across X, if you look across multiple websites that cover this game, most of it is negative right now. And it's mostly because of the ringside pass, the monetization, the greed that it looks, and then on top of it, now all the bugs are starting to show up with this game. The new purple stamina bar is really taking its toll on the game. It's making fans that have been playing these games since day one, it's split them pretty much in half. Half of them love it, and the other half hate it. The ones that play my faction, the ones that play the island, they hate the stupid purple bar because for whatever reason, we all know why, they made it way more difficult in those modes with this new stamina bar because they want to incentivize you to buy cards. They want to incentivize you to max out your wrestler on the island. It's getting ridiculous. And the more greedy they get, because they had to make up for last gen being dropped somehow, I don't think this was the way to do it. Locking a bunch of stuff to a battle pass that you've already paid for, that's pretty much the number one thing that everybody hates. It's like, oh, I bought these wrestlers. I bought the $150 version of the game, but then I have to go grind to unlock what I just paid for? I guarantee you if they don't fix that in Season 2 by just giving you the wrestlers and then having the premium pass just be VC, Persona cards, My Faction points, whatever, maybe some creation parts in there, I think, negativity cloud is going to follow this game. And what's really scary is we're almost at WrestleMania, and WrestleMania season is typically when fans that haven't been like into wrestling for a while or have been watching all year get that bug to want to play a game again. If they go look at the reviews and they look at YouTube videos and most of them are all negative, they're not even going to buy the game even if it goes on sale, which it usually does during WrestleMania weekend. So they got to really right the ship before WrestleMania. I feel like that's the cutoff here, or this game is pretty much cooked for the rest of the year, and we're going to have to wait until 2K27 to see if they can right the ship. Because there's so much negativity snowballing effect about this game that they even came out and made an official post announcing another patch after they just patched the game today. I don't think they've done that ever as far as I've been covering the game. Maybe they back in 2K20, but I don't ever remember them announcing a patch over on their X account and then saying, hey, we're working on a big patch to fix all the crap that's broken in the next patch. Have they ever done that? Sound in the comments below, because I don't ever recall them doing that. Anyway, without further ado, let's go look at the patch notes. Let's look at their announcement for the next patch. Let's go over to X and look at the community's response to this. And then we'll discuss it a little bit further, and then we'll end the video. All right, so here we are over on the official 2K website, and here are the patch notes. It says General, Stability and Performance Improvements. So this will make it even more difficult to knock your console over if it's in the upright position. I'm kidding, that's a joke. And then it says the team is also hard at work on the next major update, 1.07, coming soon, that addresses a variety of items across multiple game modes. Stay tuned for more details. Okay, cool. So this is on their official site. This is where you can, if you're really hardcore about the game, you can keep eyes on patches and everything. This is where journalists and all this kind of stuff, YouTubers, myself, content creators, cover the game, keep you guys in the know. But then, if you go over to their X account, they made an official post about this. This tells me that they're in panic mode. So, like, dude, this is some crazy stuff. It says the exact same thing. Patch 1.06 is live, and then it says the exact same thing. Patch 1.07 is coming. Now, on the Switch 2 version, during patch, I think it was 1.04, they said on the 30th of this month, there's supposed to be a big patch coming to the Switch 2 version. So I haven't had the time to check as of the making of this video, but the last time I checked, and the last time we checked on the channel, the Switch 2 version is still on 1.03, meaning that you can still cheese the Battle Pass. So if you have not cheesed the Battle Pass, I would do that before the 30th, because I think it's all going to be up to date with the other consoles by then. Obviously, they're focusing on the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox version of the games. There's so many things that need fixing. I don't think that are all going to get fixed here. In fact, I don't think any of this is going to include the Creation Suite. I think it's mostly going to include the island and my faction, because those are their money-making modes, and then everything else is secondary. Hopefully they tweak the purple stamina bar across those modes. Stamina bar. If you know, you know. Then that will help those modes a lot. Maybe make the CPU not counter so much. I don't know why they're making artificial difficulty to try to keep you in the mode or incentivize you to spend more money. When I played the island mode on stream, it wasn't that difficult with the purple stamina bar. But ever since the last couple updates, I went and played it off screen or off camera or whatever the other day, and it was super difficult. I was fighting Drew McIntyre in one of the towers, and I gave him like 80 finishers. I put him in the Anaconda Vice, and my wrestler's only like 75 rating. And before I was making him tap out, like, you know, make him all the way red, and you can make him tap out. His entire body was red, and he kicked out of every submission almost immediately. I'm like, what? This is ridiculous. And it was a submission match. I played that match for like 25 minutes, and then he finally beat me, and I almost threw the controller because he wouldn't tap out no matter what I did. I could not win the match. And it's probably because my rating is so low, but I did another one of those matches before the update, and it was fine. So they're artificially making the game harder to try to incentivize me to rank up my wrestler so that I spend my virtual currency. Now, they do give you a lot more virtual currency than they did in the last year's game, so there is that, but still, it's like, dude, why are you making it artificially harder to try to get people to spend money? I know you guys need funds and stuff like that, but that's what the Battle Pass is for. That's what the $150 version is for. That's what all the opening card packs in my faction is for. You don't need to monetize every single aspect of the game. It's starting to get... I am shocked that they did not charge us virtual currency to have the extra 100 wrestlers and the extra image upload limit. I could see that happening in the future. It's like, oh yeah, if you want more creator wrestler slots, or if you want unlimited image upload limit or extra 100 every time, you have to spend $10 to get the extra 100 slots. You have to, every 100 slots is $10 or something. I probably just gave them an idea. I'm sorry, but anyway, I'm surprised that's not the case. So anyway, before we go any further here, let's read some of the responses to this update or this patch. And Henry Finch says, is 1.07 going to remove the purple bar? LOL. It's funny. Almost front and center status. Can't wait for the day one patch a month later. He does bring up a good point. Jobber Game says, hope the major patch comes out before Ringside Pass Season 2, but finally some good news. Very good point. Yeah, if they don't get this out before, I want to say WrestleMania, I think this game is cooked. Like, no matter how much goodwill you get, that first impression, that first wave of negativity will stick with the game for the rest of the year. They're screwed regardless. But those of us that are still with it, still playing it, like myself, I'm having a blast with the Created Wrestler. Well, we'll stick around, but it's getting pretty iffy. Like, I haven't had a lot of fun playing certain modes, but the Created Wrestler is the best it's been in years, so I'm having a blast with that. Anyway, Joseph Bond brings up this, and I saw other YouTubers talk about this. Where if you're playing a tag match, now that they've changed the camera angle to looking at the entrance ramp, they pretty much block the entire camera. I feel like this should be an easy update fix. You can just automatically have the NPC go over there for this side anyway. I feel like that's an easy logic update. That'll probably be in there. I'm guessing that's going to be in there. There's tons of universe problems, because eventually that's where I'm going to end up, and if it's not working once again, my plans for making a show are going to be axed, because it's just fighting with the universe mode after, I mean, it worked fine at 2K22. I don't know why they can't get it to work again. Like, oy. Anyway, so we'll get to that later. Patch my bank account, and then, of course, all the negativity. This game is absolute ass. This is, oh man, that's bad. That's a bad one. And this one's pretty funny. Oh yeah, that's right. Before we end the video, Steven Richards made a video calling the game a scam for the business practices of the Ringside Pass and locking content and all this kind of stuff. and he's a former WWE wrestler. That's a lot of eyeballs of negativity on your game. And he got a lot of traction for that. And then today, I watched part of it and I watched the whole thing. He made a review on the game, and he brought up some very good points about the controls and how convoluted the controls are. If you haven't been playing these wrestling games every single year, like to you and me, if you've been playing them every year, you're kind of used to it by now. You have muscle memory of the controls. But what if you get a fan that hasn't played them in years, and they want to get back into wrestling because they just watched WrestleMania, and they're like, what the heck is this? Because let's face it, if you haven't played these games for years or you haven't played them ever, that's a very daunting task. They have a tutorial that doesn't seem to function correctly, according to Steven Richards. That's crazy to me. Like, I didn't even go through the tutorial. I just literally jumped into Create a Wrestler and just started playing matches because the controls are almost the same. I know they added some cool new features and stuff, which I'll eventually go through it and see what the new controls are. But, dude, we have to implement simple controls. Street Fighter 6 did it. It brought in a lot of new fans. Currently, it sounds like, or it just feels like they're focusing on the hardcore, and they're trying to get as much money from the hardcore as they can as possible, the ones that will stick with the game no matter what, and they're trying to cater to them, sticking to their little niche, instead of trying to also bring in new fans to the game, to the franchise, to help the franchise grow, right? So, and it's not just 2K and WWE. All these companies are doing this. PlayStation 5 is doing this in general. Fortnite is doing this. Literally every game company is doing this because gaming isn't growing like it used to. So they're charging the people here that are playing it that can't live without it more. And since they can't live without it, they're going to pay. And they know it. They know that. And so they have those people on lock. So instead of the method of getting more players or getting more people in your ecosystem, it's all about making the most money now. How much money can we get from our install base that we have that will never quit the game regardless? They might complain, but they're still going to spend hundreds of dollars on my faction cards or hundreds of dollars on the island now or whatever. So that's always going to be a thing, and they're going to cater to that specific audience, and the rest of the stuff, it's just going to be up in the air. I guarantee you, on a certain, like, when they do their corporate meetings, I don't think they give a crap about Universe Mode. I don't think they give a crap about Creation Suite. Although they did get a functioning, somewhat body morphing mechanic in the game. I thought the game was going to crash and totally break like in 2K20. But no, I haven't had any issues with the body morphing on my PlayStation 5 Pro. I haven't really dabbled in it enough to see if the game would crash or whatever on the Switch. But no, everything seems to be working fine. I haven't had any major issues except for that one very long loading like pause during my faction. If you watch the live stream, I was in the middle of a match and the game just, you can still hear the audience, you can hear the commentary, but it just kind of stopped for a second and it was loading. In the middle of a match, it was loading. I let it sit there for a minute and it finally caught up and let me continue the match. It's like it was buffering, when you're watching a YouTube video or an internet video. That's crazy to me. It had to load the match while within the match. So yeah, that's insane to me. Anyway, so long story short, the fact that they announced a patch within a patch is very telling of the state of this game, and they're in panic mode. They have to right the ship, and it doesn't matter what they patch with this big patch 1.07. Something's going to get missed, something's not going to get patched, and there's going to be a lot of negativity about it. This negativity snowball, I don't know how they're going to get away from it this year. They did a lot of cool stuff, like I said, with the Create a Wrestler, but across all the other modes, it seems like this year's kind of a wash, and that really sucks. Sound in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and stay frosty.